What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. This is Unexceptional Tech. My name is Peter, and today we're talking about a keyboard. Surprise, surprise, we're talking about keyboards again. But today we're talking about a different keyboard. Today we're talking about this. So yeah, let's get into it. So today we're talking about this keyboard, and this is a keyboard that I've had for quite some time now. But this is the iQunix F96. This is the night version, so it comes all black. So obviously you could see the keycaps are different, and we're gonna get to that in a little bit. This keyboard comes all black with blank keycaps on the top with front printing. So, a couple things about this keyboard. This keyboard's pretty interesting, I'm not gonna lie. It is mechanical, obviously, with brown switches. Please hold back the brown switch comments. I already know. I know. But I don't mind brown switches, okay? Are they perfect? No, they're not perfect. But then again, there really is no such thing as the perfect switch. So, again, iQunix F96 Night Edition. Interesting thing about this board is that it comes in a wired mode and a wireless mode. So this particular model I got with both modes. So it comes with a wire and it also comes with a wireless dongle that you attach to your computer. It has a mostly all aluminum construction. There is a spot on the back that is plastic, but that is so that way the Bluetooth signal can pass through, because Bluetooth doesn't really work well with aluminum. A couple other things, the battery, 4,000 milliamp hours, so I've been able to use it for, I think the longest I was able to use it was like 5 days without charging it. And if you don't want to use it in wireless mode, you don't have to. You can switch it into wired mode, and you can just connect it with USB-C, which is nice. So if you have a nice fancy USB-C cable, pretty nice. So the thing we're going to get to today is basically, is this worth it? Is this keyboard worth it? My honest opinion is kinda. It's kind of worth it. The problem is that there are many keyboards like this out on the market. This was like an early one. This was one of like the first that I saw. But there are many keyboards out on the market like this. It's a good keyboard. It is. All right, so I put the keyboard down because no need for me to hold it the whole time. Anyways, so the reason that I'm saying it's kind of worth it is because it is nice. The quality is pretty good. It's all aluminum on the outside. And it does feel good. It's nice and heavy. There's no flex to it, which is nice, which is what you want in a keyboard. The features are pretty good too. You get wired, wireless 4.0, 4,000 milliamp hour battery. You get your choice of brown, blue, red. They have pink and silver. I'm actually looking at it over there. Pink and silver switches, and it comes with RGB or no RGB. So there is, quite a bit that you can pick from what you want for this keyboard. The main thing that holds this back, there's a couple things that hold this keyboard back from being really nice, really a good buy. One thing is the price, okay? The price of this keyboard, it is $219 spec'd out to what I have it. With shipping, it was around $250. Now here's the thing. There have been a bunch of keyboards that have come out recently that will do all of what this keyboard does at a much cheaper price. If those keyboards didn't exist, then I would say, yeah, you could pick this up. It's a pretty good deal. But they do. And when I say they undercut this keyboard, some of these undercut this keyboard by over $100. And that is a pretty big difference. And it's not something that I can justify. So another thing that takes a point off this keyboard from me is the keycaps. Now, the keycaps that you get with this keyboard, the night version, they come with a blank top and they come with front lettering, okay? Which looks really nice. The problem is the lettering on the stock keycaps is not transparent. So you get this really nice RGB, but you don't really get to see, especially in the dark, you can't really see the keycaps. And if you're not that good of a typist like I am, kind of messes it up. They're relatively nice. They're PBT. They're not super thick. I personally, I liked it for a little bit. I liked the blank top and the writing on the front, but after a while, especially, because I was working late and I was working in the dark, and I didn't like them. So I went to go look for another set of keycaps, and finding a set of keycaps for this board is particularly difficult because the bottom row is non-standard because it has a 1U alt, a 1U function, and a 1U control. So that's gonna make, if you want to swap out keycaps for this board, it's It's gonna make it a little more difficult for you. Now, the main thing about this keyboard that I do not like are the stabilizers. The one thing that I cannot get over is how bad these stabilizers are. They are Co-Star stabilizers. And if you don't know about Co-Star stabilizers, I hate them. Okay? I absolutely hate them because the wire goes into the stabilizer, and trying to put the keycaps back on is relatively easy until you get to the keys that have a stabilizer, because you have to put the part of the stabilizer in the key, and then you have to put the stabilizer in, hook it in. It is by far the most frustrating thing that I have ever done on this keyboard, and I hate them. So if you decide to modify this keyboard in any way, shape, or form, just know that the stabilizers are terrible. Can you swap them out for something else? So along with the stabilizers comes another thing. And depending on who you are, this might be a make or break it. But for me, I got this keyboard out of necessity because my other keyboard wasn't working. It finally died on me after almost 10 years of use. So I wanted something that was a full size but compact. I found this. Okay, here's the thing. The other thing that I don't like about this keyboard is that it's not hot swappable. Now, like I said, it might be a deal breaker for you and it might not be. That's dependent on you. But it not being hot swappable, in my opinion, severely limits this keyboard. And if I could go back, would I repurchase this keyboard? Honestly, probably not. I probably wouldn't. I would probably look for something else that was similar because, like I mentioned before, the price is so high. There are, just off the top of my head, Royal Kludge makes a very similar keyboard, which is hot swappable also, and it has multiple USB ports in the back. Keychron makes one also, and I think Keychron was one of the first to make it. Again, I think that's hot swappable. I could be wrong. Wireless, wired, RGB, all that stuff, same as this. I know the RK100 is under $100, and I think the Keychron is the same thing. So the amount of money that you save is crazy compared to this. And what do you get more in those that you don't get in this? Okay, you have aluminum on the side of the keyboard surrounding it, and the bottom is aluminum also. Is that enough to justify the price? No, I don't think so. But all in all, it's not a terrible keyboard. The software is pretty good. It's pretty easy. It's actually really easy to work. You know, it's not that bad to type on. Again, like I said, the stabilizers are the worst, and you're going to hear that in the typing test. But honestly, if I could go back in time, I wouldn't buy it again. So a couple other nice things about this board. I mentioned before you can have it wired or wireless. So the wireless is actually pretty good. I've never had an issue with the wireless. It's never cut out. I've never gotten a delay or anything like that. And I have a lot of wireless going on in this room. My router's right there. So if there's going to be any interference, it would be in here. I haven't had that issue before. It comes with a dongle that you just plug into the computer, and you're good to go. Also, on top of that, it allows you to pair 3 different devices to the keyboard. Now, when you get the keyboard in the packaging, it's gonna come with a booklet. It explains to you how to do it. I don't remember because I've only ever done it once. But when I did do it, I was able to connect my work computer, my phone, and I think my wife's iPad all at once. And surprisingly enough, it worked really well. So that's really convenient. If you constantly use wireless, it's very convenient because it's very versatile. And let's not forget the RGB. The RGB is really nice. It's per key RGB, and the software that comes with it, it's iQunix's own software. It's actually really easy to use. It's pretty intuitive. There's a lot of things you can do with it. There's a ton of lighting effects that you can do on the keyboard, so it's actually really nice. So if you're an RGB fan like me, that's always a plus. which is also why I swapped out the keycaps, because I wanted to see more of the RGB. So in conclusion, I kind of said it before, would I recommend this keyboard? Honestly, no. The major factor is the price. If it wasn't as expensive, even if it was $100 less, it'd be hard to recommend this board because it's not hot swappable. The stabilizers are some of the worst that I've ever seen and heard, and it's not worth the bump in price just for aluminum sides. It's really not. And that's really it, honestly. If you want a keyboard like this, you have a bunch of other options. You can even just go on Amazon and type 96% keyboard and they will come up and you will find them at a much cheaper price that this one is. So with that being said, that is the end of the video. If you liked the video, don't forget to click the like button. And if you liked it that much, you could subscribe also. And yeah, see you on the next one. Peace.